These superheroes always do the right thing, except star in good games.
They are ants. Ants, they can do a lot of things.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 superheroes that deserve a better video game. Are you a fan of this video? Be sure to subscribe to catch our latest show, The Bolt to E3. 4 gamers take an epic road trip from San Fran to LA, gaming all the way. Watch the whole series now on WatchMojo. For this list, we're looking at a bunch of superpowered protagonists across comic books, movies, and TV shows to decide which ones we feel deserve to suit up and succeed in a high-quality video game experience for us to enjoy.
Listen, tell Father I'll be home, but he shouldn't wait up.
Number 10, Wonder Woman. With the DCEU in full swing and Wonder Woman's popularity at an all-time high, maybe it's time to capitalize on that and get a video game into production. The Amazonian warrior's fighting abilities and love of combat could provide for a satisfying hack-and-slash adventure, similar to that of Heavenly Sword or Bayonetta. This superhero one's golden lasso, incredible bracelets, as well as her sword and shield opens a ton of doors in terms of gameplay opportunities, allowing the developers to take full advantage of her arsenal, as well as brute strength, to create some dazzling set pieces and combat systems. It would be wondrous indeed. Number 9, The Flash. Considering how fast the Scarlet Speedster can go, it's ironic how slow he is at getting his own solid video game onto store shelves. It can be designed to be very arcadey in style, possibly as an on-rails endless runner style game, having the player blast through levels and having to make split-second movements in order to advance. Hire a developer that already has a great deal of experience with accurately simulating a sense of speed in gaming. You know, maybe like those guys that are responsible for handling a certain blue hedgehog. Okay, how about you make it a life sim where you control the Flash and purposefully screw up timelines?
I created another timeline. This is the one we're living in now.
Number 8, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
God, I miss watching this.
With the fan-favorite TV series having just passed its 20th anniversary, we feel that a worthwhile video game based on the Scooby Gang is long overdue. Due to the show's combination of ass-kicking action scenes and the heavy abundance of dialogue between the characters, we're leaning towards a game that falls under the action RPG genre.
I don't have time for banter, Spike. Where's Harmony's lair?
Haven't seen her in months. How should I know?
The martial arts in the show could translate to an energetic Arkham-style combat system, and the many characters could lead to deeply intricate relationships similar to the Mass Effect series. Anything along those lines would probably make fans happy, those who are still eager to sink their teeth into a worthwhile Buffy property. Number 7, Hellboy.
I hate those comic books. They never get the eyes right.
Good old Red may have had the word hell spelling out half of his name, but in actuality he has a heart of gold. The video games based on him, on the other hand, yeah, those came straight out of hell too. Hellboy's prior outings in the video game world have been utterly awful, with the Science of Evil in particular being an ungodly disaster in every aspect of the game design. A better interpretation doesn't need to be anything fancy, just have Hellboy taking down supernatural enemies in a God of War style hack-and-slash adventure, and it'd be on the right track towards excellence.
That's it for you, Sam.
Number 6, Judge Dredd.
I am the law!
He is the law. And you could be too, if they'd just make a decent game out of him. Mega City 1 is a place full of criminal activity, making it the perfect cesspool for a player to clean up one street at a time. Have it be an open-world action game, with the player moving Dredd through the city as judge, jury, and executioner. Maybe you could have challenge missions too, where the player has to work their way up a building, clearing out each level of bad guys, just like in the 2012 film. It could kind of be like a reverse GTA, where instead of playing a crook, you play a superpowered cop going after the bad guys. You know, like Grand Dredd Auto.
Disperse immediately, or we will use lethal force to clear the area.
Number 5, Fantastic Four.
This is gonna be fun.
The Fantastic Four cannot catch a break in the world of celluloid, so maybe they should try their luck at video games? They have had a couple of pretty mediocre beat-em-up style games already, but come on, how hard can this really be? with 4 characters featuring completely unique powers from one another. A beat-em-up inspired by the Fantastic Four should have all the right components to be right up there with the classic X-Men arcade game. Or they could try something completely different, like a puzzle platformer similar to the Lost Vikings on SNES. Sound crazy? Yeah, well that's what they told Stan Lee when he created the Fantastic Four in the first place, so I don't know, Excelsior.
If you can do that, work together, then you can change the course of history.
Number 4, AntMan. With Marvel Studios having successfully adapted the character onto the big screen for a wider audience, maybe the next form of media Ant-Man should break his way into is video games. Think about it, you control the tiny superhero as you traverse through locations that look much bigger than they actually are, akin to something like how Chibi Robo felt to play. Add to this the ability to command an entire ant army, with various commands to help you complete objectives, similar to the gameplay in Pikmin, and we feel like this could shape up into something quite special. Anything is going to be better than that random pinball tie-in we got with the movie. Like, seriously, what was up with that? Number 3, Power Rangers.
It's morphin' time!
Go Power Rangers and get yourself cracking on a halfway decent video game already. There have been dozens of games based on this wildly popular TV series, mostly in the beat-em-up genre, but we feel that none have come quite close to capturing the magic of the show. Hand over production to the likes of Platinum Games, the same folks that brought us the insanely action-packed experiences like Metal Gear Rising and Vanquish, and you got a match made in heaven right there. Hell, they've already made their own tokusatsu-inspired game with the Wonderful 101, so it's clear they already have the passion to make a Super Sentai / Power Rangers game. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long until it's morphin' time.
100 wonderful defenders of our world. Their faces are forever masked.
Number 2, Superman. With DC already having nailed Batman in the world of video games with the Arkham series, it's time for them to turn their attention over to the other half of the world's finest, Superman. To be fair, a compelling game about a character that is essentially indestructible makes it hard to create any sort of real challenge for the player, but we believe there just has to be a way to do the Man of Steel justice. Maybe a high-stakes action game, where something is constantly going wrong to fully simulate what it would like to be Superman, always having to save people. I mean, whatever it is, it can't possibly be as bad as Superman 64 was, right? Number 1, Iron Man.
Drop your socks and grab your Crocs. We're about to get wet on this ride.
Nowadays, Iron Man is one of Marvel's most appealing properties, and with Spidey seemingly getting the treatment he deserves, we hope that Marvel sets their sight on the Golden Avenger next.
Is that so hard? That was fun, eh? Oh, I gotta
Maybe have the game set during the comic arc known as the Armor Wars, providing players with the action akin to the aforementioned Vanquish. You can include an added feature to fully customize your own Iron Man suit to meet each specific situation for added fun. I mean, come on, we're not game developers, but that's already a bunch of good ideas. You don't need to be a genius like Tony Stark to make a solid Iron Man game, and we hope we don't have to wait too much longer until it rolls out.
You know, if I were Iron Man, I'd have this girlfriend who knew my true identity. She'd be a wreck. She'd always be worrying that I was gonna die. It's so proud.
Do you agree with our picks? Don't forget to check out The Bolt to E3, a brand new series from WatchMojo, where 4 gamers take an epic road trip from San Fran to LA, gaming all the way.